Now, before you head off to that family gathering, we want you to pay very close attention to this next segment because we may be saving you a lot of stress and avoiding you a lot of problems down the road here. We want everybody to have a good time. And joining us, Kevin T. McCarney, the author of The Secrets of Successful Communication. Oh boy, we've all heard these whoppers of stories about people getting in these huge fights over the holidays. Why the holidays? Why can't we all just have a happy day?
Because for most of the year we're apart. When we all come together and we gather for this one day, and there's a lot of pent-up stories that people want to tell. There's a lot of emotions that people want to express, and there's a couple key indicators you can watch for to keep it happy. One of those is tone. If you go to a gathering and you hear somebody's tone increasing and rising up in the way they're telling their story, that can prompt a lot of people to try to out-tone them.
See, now my stepfather used to always tell me when I was talking to, especially when he heard me talking to my mother, he would say, watch your tone. Mm. And that used to just make me mad.
Yeah.
Because I knew what he was talking about and I didn't want to admit it. Because you can say a lot just with the tone and how you approach it.
Well, the tone is the message. The tone, you can say the exact same words in a different tone.
That's the truth.
But the tone is the message. If you say, stop doing that, it's one thing. You say, stop doing that, it's a completely different message that you're sending to whoever you're talking to.
Absolutely. So first off, watch the tone. Now,
yes.
You mentioned pent-up stories and so forth, things that we just want to get off our chest. Why we want to do that on the holidays sometimes, I don't know. Maybe it's because, like you say, it's our only opportunity because we are all getting together, but you don't suggest venting during the holidays.
It's real important, and if you've got some people coming to the party that you know are going to vent, meet them at the door and pull them aside and say, hey, you know what? This isn't the place. We know you've got an issue with Uncle Harry, but let's leave that for tomorrow. Okay, let's keep this.
I'll even help you deal with it tomorrow, but today,
exactly. What you want to do is you want to take away those things that are likely to cause problems.
So yeah, you call that being the designated conversation driver.
That's exactly it. Helping people also finish their stories. If somebody's got a story they've wanted all year to tell, and they're 3/4 of the way through it, and somebody says, oh, wait, that reminds me. And then they steal the story away from them, and all of a sudden they don't get to give their punchline or anything. Steer it back to that person who wanted to finish their story.
Well, that's just talking about being a good conversationalist then,
exactly.
Isn't it?
And this is a day when it's a good way to practice good conversations.
And you make such a point about gossip. It's okay to gossip on this day if it's good gossip. And I don't mean juicy, okay? I mean complimentary type gossip.
Well, and keep in mind that everybody is going to repeat everything that's said today, next week. And so whatever you say today is going to come back next week. And so good gossip is when somebody leaves the room or they exit or they're not even there yet, or perhaps they're not there, say something nice about them. You say something nice about somebody behind their back, they will hear about it. And that resonates. And so next week when somebody hears that you said something nice about them, that's going to score some really big points.
And some folks will say, well, you're not being natural here. You're being a little bit artificial. You're being a little bit manipulative. I think that's okay, isn't it? Because quite often we blunder our way through these days rather than having a plan.
Well, that's a good point. And sometimes we'll say the wrong thing. We'll say the wrong thing, and then the only thing we can really do is next week make a phone call and apologize. You know what? I didn't mean to say that. I was having a little bit too much. I didn't mean to make that comment. There's no expiration date on apologies. So it's a good idea to know that next week you can make up for any mistakes you make today.
Okay. And I know I wish I had a little bit more time, but you make some great points about avoiding stress tomorrow, Black Friday, and just understanding that certain things are going to happen, so relax. For example,
people are going to steal your parking space.
It's going to happen.
That's going to happen. People are going to get that last toy before you do. It's going to happen. Understand that this is not the end. There's plenty of time to get what you need. Just make sure that you don't overreact to the day. All
right, Kevin T. McCarney, the Secrets of Successful Communication. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, good to see you.